everybody. Welcome to What You're Reading, where librarians from around DeKalb County talk about our quarantine YA reads. My name is Fran, and I'm from the North Lake Library.
Hi, my name is Mia, and I'm from the Decatur Library.
Hi, my name is Angela, and I'm from the County Line Ellenwood Library.
And I'm Nicole. I'm from the Harrison Crossing Library.
And today we are talking about books that are written by Asian or Asian American authors in honor of May being National Asian Heritage Month. So the book that I chose is available on Hoopla. It is called Superman Slashes the Klan. I think it's really awesome that this book is available on Hoopla because it came out this year. There's a lot of, Hoopla sometimes gets like really current stuff that you can check out for free. And Superman Slashes the Klan, the text is by Luen who you might know from American Born Chinese. He did Boxers and Saints. He's got a new one that just came out called Dragon Hoops. He's usually known for being an author and illustrator. He just did the text for this one. The illustrator is actually a two-woman team of an illustrator team from Japan called Gurihiru, and I think that's really cool as well. So this is a book that is not so loosely based on a classic Superman radio serial where Superman did in fact smash the Klan. However, the main characters are the Lee family, who recently moved from Chinatown to downtown Metropolis. The year's 1946. And it kind of talks about like Dr. Lee. He's beginning a new position at the Metropolitan Health Department, and his two children, Roberta and Tommy. Tommy ends up getting kidnapped by the Ku Klux Klan, and then they have to save him, and Superman is of course involved. This is just really cool. It has little doses of actual history along with this really fantastic superhero. And then it of course is own voices in terms of Luen being the author, and then has like a cool Japanese illustrator duo doing all the pictures. So, and I would definitely recommend it.
Sounds cool.
Sounds really good. So I am doing one by Melissa de la Cruz, who is Filipino. She grew up in Manila, and she's actually got two newish books. So the one I'm doing is 29 Dates. I don't know if you can see it, but it is available on Overdrive, and it is about a girl from who's named Jesu, whose parents, and she is South Korean, and they are trying to set her up with a matchmaker, and she blows off the matchmaker date that her parents set her up, and also does really bad on a test, and so they ship her off to a private school in California, in San Francisco, so that she'll be better academically, and then she still has to see the matchmaker, and it's about what happens when you do find a match, but it's not the one that the matchmaker picks. So it deals with culturally the family and the importance of the parents having control over who you're dating versus dating who you want to date. So it sounds really good. She has a lot of books. It's on Overdrive, but she's got several also available on Hoopla, including her new one, which is a graphic novel called Gotham High. So there's tons of stuff by her on both Overdrive and Hoopla.
Multiple DC Universe plugs this time. Like,
yeah.
Superman and Batman, like, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so mine is a historical read. So this is a YA, a historical novel that takes place in the turn of the 20th century, around between 1910 to 1915. And it's called Ties That Bind, Ties That Break by Lensey, Namioka. And it is available on Overdrive, and that's one of the covers. There's a couple covers, but I think that's the most current cover. But essentially it's about the history of Chinese binding the feet of young women as they age, when they're getting ready to be betrothed to whatever family that they choose. And most of the families from the good families, or the wealthiest families, this custom is more prominent for them. And this basically it's about the the third youngest daughter. As she ages and she sees that how her sisters have to have their feet bound and everything, she doesn't want to go that route. So when it's her turn, she refuses. And her family disowns her, and she basically has to make a way for herself and have to live on her own and try to figure out how to live and survive in China during this time, and without the immediate support of her family, simply because she didn't bind her feet. And the cool thing about this book is at the very end, without any spoilers, there's a historical piece that's written by the author that tells you about the history of Chinese feet binding. And so in it's 4 or 5 pages, so it's a brief little synopsis, but it's a really cool thing if you're really interested in like historical the historical fiction or whatever, but just the whole concept of where it came from. So she gives you that little brief at the end, and I really like that part too. So it's really cool. So if you're into historical novels, which I am, I think it's a good one. I'm in the middle of it now, so
Sounds good.
so far.
It does. I'm new to historical fiction, and I'm very excited. So the one that, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So the one that I chose is called Love, Hate, and Other Filters by Samara Ahmed. And she is actually an author I have read recently with another book club that I had over the school year at Redan Middle School, Project Lit. We read Internment the entire semester, and the students really loved that. And
also
so
a current Georgia Peach nominee.
It is? Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, it's fabulous. Read Internment. But she actually has written 3 books. And so this was her debut book. And I have not read it yet, but it's available right now on Overdrive as an ebook. And again, it's called Love, Hate, and Other Filters. And it's about a teen named Maya, who is an Indian American Muslim. And it's about her facing Islamophobia and cultural divides and bigotry and hatred in her teenage life and how she overcomes that. And it's a contemporary YA novel with some romance in there. And like I said, Love, Hate, and Other Filters, I'm so excited to read. Internment was absolutely and completely amazing. And I hope it wins the Georgia Peach Award. And then she just came out with a new one as well called Mad, Bad, and Dangerous to Know. And that has a wait list, but all 3 of them are available on Overdrive with your library card.
Nice. Well, as usual, we will post links to all of those in the description down below so that you can find those on Hoopla and on Overdrive if you're a DeKalb County Public Library card holder. Also, as always, let us know if there's something else you'd like to hear us talk about, a different subject, a different format. We are happy to take suggestions. So thank you so much and see you next week. Bye.
Bye.